Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, here in the camp of the Brotherhood of Ash, where we learn more, hopefully, about the Brotherhood and their crusade against the tempered Ifrit followers. Do you know of Forgotten Springs, the micote settlement found to the south of in the Sagolii desert? We just received urgent report from Loonh. She reports that a hunting party of Yu tribe village was ambushed by a sizable Amalja force. Those who were not massacred outright were dragged away by the raiders. They have likely already been tempered. Loonh mentions, however, that one of the micote was nimble enough to evade capture and flee into hiding. We have no alliance with the Yu tribe's people, but we cannot close our eyes to an act perpetrated by the very foe we so greatly despise. For the chance to strike a blow at our enemy, we will go to war for Forgotten Springs. Be my spear, honored ally, and I shall hurl you into the midst of Zanurak. Loonh awaits reinforcements to the southeast. Join your strength to hers, and do what must be done to rescue this lone, courageous micote ranger. Gods be good. When I requested reinforcements, I did not expect the war leader to send you. And just before, you're too slow to respond. While I sat here grinding my teeth in frustration, I watched as the Flame Fangs discovered the ranger's hiding spot and hauled her off to the encampment. The encampment is their forward base, and as such the place is awash with alert and wary soldiers. The two of us would fare poorly against such numbers. Without a cunning plan, that is. You, my eager outsider, will have the use of my mount to sow a trail of chaos amongst their ranks. Listen carefully. The Amalja like to stockpile the oil that they use to light their watchfires and such. Seek out the barrels and tap the drake's head. That is the command for him to spit a gout of flame. The resulting explosion should be enough of a distraction for me to slip in and free the captured micote. Once you've freed yourself of angry Amalja, meet us beyond the edge of the camp where the desert begins. So yeah, this is... I don't know, have you seen this with the sylphs? Mount quests? Back there it was a gobble we needed to sneeze at sylphs with. Here's a drake. That breathes fire. Not too far away. I'm too stupid to hit him. Down. Who dares challenge our might? My antivirus had to give an ad. Hello? Even riding a drake, you still somehow managed to arrive last. I thought perhaps you'd been caught in an explosion and burned to a crisp. A pleasant thought, but apparently not the case. Loonh? Could that really be you? We had thought you long perished.
No, I'm sure of it. Your voice is unmistakable. I recall the many days we spent laughing and chatting in the springs. I don't know you and your damnable springs. I'm Loonh Gah, a warrior of the Brotherhood of Ash. My people are the Amalja, proud and strong. You have a wrong, micote. I'm heading back to camp. See this hunter safely home before you return to the Ring of Ash. No escort will be necessary. I'm a hunter of the U tribe, and if I cannot cross the sands alone, I do not deserve to return at all. I would, however, have you visit the springs. In any case, adventurer, there's more to your friend, to Loonh, that you should know. Loonh, huh? So she came originally from here. We meet again, adventurer. I need to tell you that your companion is, without a doubt, the little Loonh I used to know. There must be some pressing reason for a subterfuge. Many of our tribe were close with you, Loonh. They may help you to understand why you Loonh hides behind the mask, and how you might best help her. Cool-eyed huntress. Loonh? Of course I knew her. She was my blood sister. We were both daughters of the former Noon, though our mothers were not the same. You find my choice of tense refusing? She's dead, stranger, slain alongside her mother more than 5 years ago. I did not witness the incident myself, but I will never forget the sudden pain of her loss. Uh-huh. Loonh. Yes, I remember that name. She was a quiet girl, too timid to even slap at the biting desert flies. The lizard men took her away from us, and for that I shall never forgive them. It's not uncommon to hear of skirmishes between our people and the Amalja. The lizard men do not respect our territory, and they interfere with our hunts. The desert suffered for their presence. It is said that a hunting party was set upon by the Amalja. Many of my kin have not returned from the sands. Must those tragedies of the past be so faithfully repeated? And let's return to Loonh Gah. Loonh Gah. Over there. You're late. I might have thought you delayed by a well-wick. You're late. I might have thought you delayed by a well-wick worm, but the glowing pity in your eyes tells the tale. Do they mourn for me in Forgotten Springs? Look at me, adventurer. This is an Amalja battle mask, given to me by the war leader himself. It is worn only by those who have chosen the path of a warrior. You likely heard stories from the rangers of how I was taken or killed during an Amalja raid all those years ago. They are right, and they are wrong. I know not how I survived the attack, but it was Hamush Gah who found me as I stumbled through the desert, barely conscious and badly wounded. He gazed down upon my battered face and gave me a simple choice. Linger here and die, or come with me and fight. It was then that I made the decision to discard my past, my family, my tribe, my very identity. I was reborn into the Brotherhood of Ash, existing for no other purpose but to feed the fires of my vengeance. This mask is a symbol of my resolve. It represents my transformation into an Amalja soldier, strong and proud. I tell you this not to justify my deceit, but to dam the flood of your foolish questions before it begins. Now, stow your unwanted sympathy and make your report to the war leader.
Honored ally, with your continued aid, the Brotherhood of Ash will rekindle the glory of our past. As once did our ancestors, we shall forge of steel our bodies and spirits and greet death with honor. To no gods will we back, nor against the meek raise arms. We are warriors, walkers of the path of righteous battle. We do not kneel to claim our strength. Live by these words, and your soul too shall burn as brightly. Reputation up. You have achieved recognized reputation with a Brotherhood of Ash. New Amalja Beast Tribe quests are now available from Hamush Gah. Furthermore, you have wider access to wares. Now, what do we have to show us, Hamush Gah? Every evening after the sun has sunk below the horizon, there has been frenzied activity at the chief Zanrak altar. Our scouts report some manner of ritual involving a growing number of well-crafted weapons. Considering the single-minded ambition of our enemies, I assume they are attempting to imbue these armaments with the blessings of their god. We cannot allow such weapons to be brought against us. Though I would sooner smash their tainted altar into 1,000 pieces, I would settle for wresting from them the efforts of their misguided prayers. Honored ally, would you undertake this task and seize these flame-sanctified weapons from the stores of our twisted kin? Once we have the blessed armaments in our possession, our mystics will unlock the secrets of their power and learn how to dispel the enchantments. This new threat will not long plague us. Before they are tempered. Though we work tirelessly to sabotage the plans of the Flame Fangs, we cannot prevent every raid or ambush. The flow of kidnapping victims into Zanrak has been endless of late. Our demented kin brazenly stalk the lands around Camp Drybone and Little Alamigo, snatching travelers from the roads, be it dusk or dawn, or under the unblinking glare of a midday sun. The Flame Fangs have grown so adept at their detestable trade that they are forced to take their prisoners first to the Zanrak encampment, there to be kept in makeshift cages until Ifrit's clergy are ready to receive them. Our latest reconnaissance informs us that Zanrak is host to a group of captives even as we speak. If we do not act swiftly, the ranks of the Tempered will soon welcome a new wave of recruits. I bid you ambush the Flame Fang Ravagers for the keys they hold, and free those unfortunate souls before it is too late. Attend me, honored ally. Our Zanrak foes yet shelter the potent flames of Ifrit, fuel their endless rites with his unholy fire. Once more do they erect blazing beacons within their camp, in a bid to forever dwell under the heat of their deity's savage blessing. How many times must we topple these foul talismans? We have not the numbers to prevent their constant reappearance. Once again, I must turn to you for aid. I would have you slip inside the boundaries of the encampment with this smoldering ash and extinguish all the beacons you can find. The Flame Fangs have, however, grown wary of our incursions and posted veteran sentinels to guard against our attacks. Expect your efforts to be met with furious retaliation. Now I know there's also a quest among those where you once more take Drake to ride and incinerate stuff. But apparently not today. This is for the keys, right? Two keys. There's a weapon crate. And another key. And now that we have the 3 keys, we can free people. Thank the gods, and you of course, but mostly the gods. Well, if you ain't decided for Saw, I ain't never been so happy to see adventure. Looks like Alamegans. Oh, that's great. Thank you, oh thank you. I had all but resigned myself to being a beastman's slave. And there's a sword. You violate the sacred flame, unbeliever. That was kind of a point. Okay, these are the weapons. Honored ally, I trust you have returned with the armaments of our foes. Yes, the heat of Assyrian enchantment is palpable, even to a simple warrior such as me. The lengthy nighttime rituals of the Zarak Amalja come to naught. Rest now, warrior, you have done well. Prying those prizes from the very maw of the Flame Fangs was no simple task. It is no mystery to me why the war leader chose to place his trust in you. Your deeds grow more impressive with each passing day, honored ally. I'm inspired to work harder on my own martial improvement. The unholy flames of Ifrit no longer wink at us in the darkness. You have once more deprived our foe of a potent source of strength. I wish only that your victory were more permanent. The Flame Fangs will respond, doubtless with their characteristic zealotry. But the Brotherhood of Ash will not be swayed from its path.
Yeah, and that was it for this time. With the Brotherhood of Ash. See you when I refilled my reputation rank. Until next time then, I am Mace and don't get lost.